It was 1943. The Madras University was toying with his idea of offering a course in advanced educational psychology. It would be the first course of its kind in Tamil Nadu, certainly, but also among the earliest courses of its kind even in India. Only a couple of other universities had actually started teaching psychology in a formal way as early as the 1940s. But they needed a head, someone who had studied psychology, someone who was passionate about teaching it. And you must remember that psychology was a subject that was still emerging internationally as well during that time. And in 1943, it was quite hard to find qualified people in the field. Fortunately, that very year, a 35-year-old Indian had just finished his PhD from the University of Oxford. He loved psychology, he had studied it, he had lectured in it in the past as well in India. His name was Dr. Gunmudian David Boaz, or G.D. Boaz, and he was asked to take over as the senior lecturer in psychology in Madras. When Boaz came to Madras to teach in 1943, psychology was still under the philosophy department in Madras University. But under Boaz, it took on a life of its own, and 5 years later in 1948, it was upgraded into a major department of its own, with Boaz as the founder and head. It was the first department of psychology in any university in Tamil Nadu, and also one of the earliest departments in South India and even across India. And Boaz remained head of the department even when he passed on in 1965. He died prematurely at the age of 57, and he left some pretty large shoes to fill. He had pioneered several initiatives in this discipline which he loved. He founded the Madras Psychological Society in 1944. This society published 2 international journals, very well reputed. He wrote textbooks even at the graduate level. He was a United Nations Fellow. He attended the American Psychological Association conference in Denver. He was also a visiting lecturer in the US. He visited psychology departments, numerous universities around the world to learn how things work. He also wrote a column in the Hindu. It was called Know Your Mind, and he kept at it for 17 years, from 1948 till he died. And he touched many people through this column. In fact, the department which he helped found in the 1940s has since produced dozens of doctorate holders. His students have gone on to head academic institutions, work as counselors, work as human resource leaders around the world. Boaz initially focused on psychology of children. That was his focus area. There were children who were in great need at that time. Kids who would run away from villages to come to the city. They would get into bad company. They would commit some minor crimes. And he was no ivory tower educator. He got his hands really dirty. He was a practitioner. He encouraged his students to try and help these children find solutions for the everyday problems which they face. And so juvenile rehabilitation became a focus. He became director of what was called the Juvenile Guidance Bureau. So it was an extension center of his department of psychology, and his students worked on the problem of juvenile delinquency or child delinquency in partnership with Chief Judicial Magistrate in the Metropolitan Court in Madras. So this magistrate was responsible for judging judicial cases, and Boaz actually helped him manage and rehabilitate these children. Boaz's research scholars would interview these runaway kids, they would write reports, they would help the courts and the child welfare committees just make better decisions, better policy decisions. And many of the recommendations they made were because of this culture of research and problem solving which Boaz actually helped bring about in the field. Psychology today is one area where there seems to be some war between science and faith. Boaz was both a theologian and a psychologist. And he's an example of someone who integrated both these fields in a very responsible way. He was a student of the mind, he had his own counseling center. But he showed that, as with other areas of science, there's no need for conflict or separation between these disciplines. Unfortunately, today there's still a degree of stigma attached to mental illness, even in our country. And the study of the mind itself is not valued in many circles. In fact, the WHO estimated that for every 6 lakh people in India, we've got just one psychologist. We probably don't study mental health as much as we should. And that's a gap we need to fill. And Boaz's message is still relevant even today.